my stamping friends, this is Oksana from funstamper.com, and today I would like to share with you how to do this adorable card box just from one sheet of paper. As you could see, this is a simple card box, opens like this, and it holds 4 or 5 cards. It's pretty easy to do, and as I said, it's required just one sheet of paper. This is not my original idea. I actually saw this done by Rose Grunwald, her video. She did use slightly different dimensions as far as centerpiece and different set, and I decided to adopt it for my Sweet as a Peach class. Something that we did a couple weeks ago. I still need to make box for one of my ladies, and I will show you how to do it. All right, let's get started. So here are some measurements, and they will be posted in a video and in my blog. And as I mentioned, you only need one sheet of paper. So if you look at this is exactly one sheet of paper. Isn't that amazing? So what you're gonna do, you take your 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and you're gonna cut it at 4.5. This is your big piece. This is gonna be your holder. And then you're gonna cut this piece to 3.5 by 11. So it's slightly smaller than the sheet of paper. Then this piece you're gonna score at 5 7/8 on this side and 6 3/4 on 11 side. So this has become your closure. This is your front and back. And the smaller piece you're gonna cut, and I have it already kind of done bunch of score mark. It's a little bit tricky. We're gonna use like 7/8 and little smaller sizes because again we're working with 11. Length is 11 inches. A lot of boxes actually going to require either 2 pieces of paper glued together, or you will need 12 inch of paper. So this is pretty cool that it requires small one. So on 11-inch side, what we're going to do, we're going to score at 4.5, then move 7/8 inch here, so 5 3/8, then 9 7/8, 10 and 3/4. And here you're gonna score it at 7/8. I will post all measurements, so don't worry. So this has become your simple box, so you don't need to really worry about it too much, how to put it. You need to score it properly. And as you could see, you really have really skinny piece here, right? So on the bottom part, you're gonna do little V's on a smaller pieces, and let's put stuff together. I prefer to use my liquid glue and give it a time to set dry. So on this really tiny piece, I'm gonna put strip of wet glue, and I not prefer to do it necessarily with my tear tape because it may be too long. So, and you just close it. And we're gonna go and decorate the rest, so let it just sit. If you want it to actually sit nicely, I like to put like heavier block to secure it. All right, let's see what other supplies we need for decoration. And the trick is as well, when you're gonna cut your different pieces, you want to cut them the way that you could use the most from your piece of designer paper. I don't like to have a lot of waste, a lot of like smaller pieces. So for this one, what we're gonna do, this is your 3 by 4 piece. This is 1/8 inch bigger, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. This is 2. This is actually this bottom piece. And it's 1 3/4 by 4, and this is a little bit bigger, 1/4 inch bigger. So let's go ahead and start putting those things together as our bottom is drying. So we're gonna put those two pieces together, just create little mat. When I saw Rose did it, I really like it because what she did, she used 3x4 memory and more cards. So this could be a really cool box, let's say, to use memory and more and create the same matching cards without even much stamping. So we're gonna go ahead and glue those pieces. All right. And this piece gonna go on top. This is smaller end, so this has become your front, and longer one is your back. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to glue it. I want to leave equal border from left, right, and at top. All right. So this one is done. So let's hope our box is already dry. And this one we will be making just our regular box. So we're gonna tackle our ends inside, put this one, and just secure one end. Let's do this way. And again, I like to work with a wet glue. You could use Seal Plus, you could use tear tape. Just like to use my wet glue. In Florida with high humidity, it seems work best, and I'm finally super proficient with that. Before it was not my friend. All right, so on this piece, we're gonna go ahead and glue this one to the bottom. Again, leave equal borders on the bottom, right and top. And that piece could be larger. It's again up to you what you have, which scraps you have. And at this point, I wanted to add a little bit of ribbon, but I don't want to wrap it all the way around. So I have around 9 inches of ribbon. This is New Pale Papaya. So I'm gonna actually wrap it around and secure it on the back. And this time I'm gonna use tear tape to secure it. You could probably use double-sided tape. You could use a Scotch tape, anything to secure the ribbon nicely. So let's look one more time to make sure it's nice and centered. Probably 9 inches was a little bit too much, but that's all right. We can handle it. All right. And what we're gonna do with that, so this has become our back, and I'm gonna add more of my wet glue, and I'm gonna take this piece, what is front, and I will need to push it all the way to the bottom, kind of aligning nicely. Give it a little bit, some time to dry. If you have scissors, bone folder, kind of push it inside. So this has become your base of your holder, and it's designed that this piece gonna go inside. See, it was pretty easy, right? So let's do a little bit of stamping, and our stamped piece will become kind of our stopper. So I use, I believe it's second largest label from Contour Dies, and matching piece of Old Olive. So let's see, Old Olive piece is 3/7/8 by 2/5/8. I wanted to have kind of the same border as I had before. If you're not really liking, you know, measure and stuff like that, you could always stamp this piece, cut it, cardstock slightly bigger, and you could kind of adhere it and then cut leftovers. I did it for class, so I measure it exactly, so it's working out fine. So we're gonna create little flowers, and again, so this is from Sweet as a Peach bundle. So really cool bundle, and I absolutely love it. Actually, also for flowers, it's little greenery and flowers, peach with a ton, but flowers with different color don't even look like peach. So absolutely love that. And that bundle also great deal. It's like $36.75, I think, for dies and for the stamp, bunch of sentiments and stuff. So you're gonna stamp, I like to stamp it, this one, and this is gonna go like in other direction, top and bottom. And as I mentioned, I wanted to have a blue flowers. Let's see, my blue ink. I use Balmy Blue, and what I discovered, here it is. So we're gonna use Balmy Blue to stamp flowers. Keep in mind that if your Balmy Blue is new, it could be much darker color. So practice on a piece of paper. So my Balmy Blue, well used, so it's not that dark, so it's kind of more realistic flowers. So I'm not gonna do stamp off, but when we open brand new ink, we actually needed to stamp things off. So we're gonna stamp our little flowers. Let's see, they should align perfectly. And we're gonna stamp one on a scrap piece of paper. And when magic is happening, when you're actually gonna go and stamp centers. And I use early espresso. And we're gonna stamp centers in early espresso. See, those flowers comes to life. Completely different look. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna die cut some of the flowers from here. And by power of the video, I already pre-cut some of the flowers, so you'll have plenty to use. Here are some flowers. So we're gonna go ahead and adhere our piece, stamped piece, to the extra layer of old olive. And now what we're gonna do, remember I was saying it's gonna be our stopper as well. So how I kind of eyeball it. So you'll take your dimensionals and you're gonna put dimensionals only kind of on a top half. So the rest could be moving. So I'm putting it like this. And when I actually attaching it to the holder, what I do, I take that bottom and kind of flush it with the bottom. So remember, no dimensionals on the bottom. And center will be nice, I think. Like so. So now when you tackled in and you put your label outside, the label kind of stops it. Isn't that cool? And then you'll put extra flowers kind of as little, where you kind of need it. I put 3, you could put more than that, whatever you have available. And I'm trying to look for half dimensionals. So we're gonna put it again, just to add extra kind of 3D effect. maybe I'll give a 4. I didn't align them perfectly when I stamped first time. With this one, what I like, when you stamp bunch of those, you align one time and then you know how to rotate your stamp. But after that, you kind of lose your momentum. I didn't stamp for some time, already forgot. So I have leftovers of my champagne gems, and I'm just gonna put them inside here. Now let's just stamp a sentiment, and it says to a sweet friend, so let's just do that really quickly. And to the sweet friend, let's see. It said, it's your day, I don't want that. Sentiments are so small. Cool, this is it. All right, so let's do that. And I have a half-inch strip of Balmy Blue, and I'm gonna stamp in early espresso, kind of in the middle. So many times when you cut your layers for your cards, you will have a lot of half-inch strip left over. So my suggestion is not to throw them away. They are perfect, so those small sentiments. And I just kind of cut them ends in angle. I'll add 2 dimensionals and glue the sentiment above the ribbon. This also could become your stopper for. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our little bow, and we have our holder completed. All right. Here you go. Here is folder, and here is another one. As it's get full, it stands really nicely. All right, thank you for stopping by. Instruction will be in this video and on my blog. Until next time, happy stamping. Bye.